Good day, everyone, and once again, you are welcome to Justified series. So, very quickly, let me reintroduce myself for those just joining us. My name is Justified, and I'm the CEO of Justified Tutors Academy. So you get, and I'll be the one taking you through the Justified series for this Waec period. So today, our focus, that is the subject we are focusing on, is what? Mathematics. Right? Okay, so now I believe you all know what mathematics is all about. In fact, math is one of the subjects that art students are scared of and some science students are scared of, right? Because of the numerous formulas, but then you cannot run away from mathematics. So what am I here to do? I'm here to make mathematics easy for you, so that on the day of your exam, right, on the day of your Waec, whether objective or theory exam, you just be smiling because of you know what to do. Because the reason why many people are scared of mathematics is because of they lacked a good and solid teacher when they were in secondary school. So right now, what we are going to be doing in this class, because of this particular math class, will be divided into parts. So this is part 1, right? So now what we are going to be doing in this math class is going to be a lot. So I need it to pay attention. Now, 3 things I need to do in this math class is this. I would like you to let me keep my phone. To number 1, pay attention. Number 2, share the video with your friends. Share the video with your friends, so that they can also get this video. And number 3, solve. Follow me. Shall you get? When you solve and follow me, nothing will be difficult for you in this class. And the last one, practice many questions after the class. It's as simple as that. Are you with me? So once you can do all of these things, I promise you on the day of your Waec, you'll be smiling with your questions, because of everything we are going to be doing here. Let me tell you the truth. Everything we'll be doing in this class, you will surely sit in your exam. I'm telling the truth. Everything we'll be doing in this class, you will sit in your exam. Yes, I'm telling you, all the subjects, all the topics we'll be treating here, you will sit in your exam. So that now takes us to the next aspect, which is what are the topics that always comes out in Waec math theory. So you get what usually come out. I've already written some topics for you guys that they're not born them way. They will show up in your exam this year. So you get like those topics. So I'm giving you this now so that you can know exactly what to focus on. So I'm coming. Give me a few minutes. Let me just because I want to add more to it. Coming. I want to add more to it. Okay, I'm almost done. All right, good. So now the first topic we have here, please follow me as I'm writing, is set. That's the first topic. Let me use my green marker. So let me waste this one first. Let me keep this one. So now the first topic we have here is set. As I'm saying it, be writing it down so that you can go and practice. So you get is set. Now after set, we have profit and and loss. Right? After that, we have subject of the of the formula. Right? After this one, we have next is simplification. All right, so after that, I'll be detecting the others. So be writing down. My marker is not okay today. So now be writing down. The next one is shapes and angles. That is shapes, triangle, all those what's called it, square, all those ones, and angles. Yes. The next one is volume of a solid. The next one is probability. The next one is graph. We have the trigonometric graph, we have the quadratic graph. Yes, all of those kind of graphs. Then the next one, we have the quadratic word problem. Let me help you spell quadratic for those that don't know how to spell quadratic. So this spell quadratic. Quadratic is spelled Quadratic. quadratic word problem. That's it. Are you getting me? The next one is what is AP and GP. The next one is what is bearing and distance. The next one is what is cumulative frequency. Because I'm saying it, if I'm too fast, pause the video, write it down, and continue playing it. Are you getting me? That's how you do it. Or anybody that is good can just, or don't worry, or anybody that is good can just type it down in the comment section, and then I will pin it for the others. Or don't worry, myself, I'll pin it for you guys in the comment section. So the next one is what is cumulative frequency. The next one is what is equation of a line. The next one is what is simple interest. The next one is what is distance and time. The next one is what is angle of elevation and depression. The next one is variation. The next one is factorization. And the last one I have here is what is circles and angles. That is angle in a circle. Are you getting me? So those are the topics. And let me just add one more. Measure of dispersion, right? Then there's one again. Longitude and latitude came out last year. You can add that one. Longitude and latitude came out last year, so you can add that one as well. Then what else do I have here? Yeah, logarithms. Please add logarithms to it. Then I have one more here again. Let me see what I have here again. Okay, so that is it. So that's it, guys. So out of all the topics, Waec we set 13 questions from them, right? Waec we set 13 questions from them, and you'll be asked what to answer just 10. 13 questions. Okay, so now let me just go straight to what explaining how the Waec maths exam is like. So now the Waec maths exam, you'll be given what? You'll be given 13 what? 13 questions. So you get 13 questions. The first 5 questions in the Waec exam are all compulsory. So your first 5 is what? First 5 is what? Is compulsory, and they are always simple. And then the remaining what? The remaining is it 8? Yes, the remaining 8 now are what? Are now the remaining 8. The remaining 8, you'll be asked what? To answer any 5. Sure you get. You'll be asked what? To answer any 5. Now let me just tell you one thing here is that these first 5 are always very, very simple, right? They are always what? Very, very, very simple and easy to solve. But these ones are where the real work is, because of these ones always carry what? A, B, C, D. So you get, they used to be weighty. Now, here's the thing now. Please, when you are doing the examination, ensure to answer all of these 5 first. So you get, answer them well. Then this one, ensure to answer at least. If you don't want to do the whole 10, just answer at least 4. Yes, it will help you. And answer the 4 correctly. And yes, that is why this class has been created. You see, I want to eradicate the whole essence of what? Of waiting for expo. You get? I want to eradicate that from what? From you guys. I want you guys to now learn how to what? Solve by yourself and get your answer. Because if you wait for expo, if expo comes now, how sure are you that the answer that is in that expo is correct? Are you getting me? So I want you guys to what? To be able to solve and what? Be confident in yourself that what I've done is correct. So like mommy asks you, what did you do? You tell mom that mommy, I did the exam myself. She gets, and when she sees the results, she will be proud of you. Simple as that. So all of these topics I've listed right now will come out in your exam, right? They'll come out in your exam. You cannot escape them. No, I said not all of them, but most of it will come out in your exam. She gets. In fact, all of it will come out, like not all the topics will, but you will surely see, like all the questions will come from each of the, like it will come from some topics here. Are you getting me? So it's as simple as that. So as I'll be solving a question, I'll be telling you the topic it is under, right? So just follow me very carefully. So once I solve a question, I'll tell you that, okay, this question is under this topic, take notes. Okay, this one is under this topic, take notes. Do you get? So that's how we did. So now let's now move straight into what? Into question number 1. All right, so now let's start with what? With question number 1. Now I'm going to be in this part I'll be taking what? Just 5 questions. Some have A and B. Like now question 1 has, like now question 1 does not have A, question 2 have A and B, question 3 has A and B, question 4 has A and B, question 5 does not have A and B. So you get, so just follow me very, very well. Now question number 1, it will be displayed on what? On your screen. It says if A is equal to multiples of 2, B is equal to multiples of 3, and C is equal to what? Factors of 6. So you get if A, B, C are subsets of this U, given that what? U is what? Is given that this stuff is equal to this X such that what? 1 is less than or equal to what? To X less than or equals to what? To 10. Then they now said you should find A intersection, sorry, A inverse, I call it A inverse intersection B inverse intersection C. Okay, that's complement. Yes, that's complement. A complement intersection B complement intersection C complement. Let me see you. Come in. Let me be sure of what I'm saying. I'm coming. Yes, it's correct. A complement. So now they are now saying that what? If A is equal to multiples of 2 in this. Now you see, what does this mean? This means that what? The set U, the elements in it go from what? From 1 to 10. Because they said that what? 1 is less than or equals to X, less than or equals to what? To 10. So it goes from what? From 1 to 10. So our set normally now is what? Is U is equal to what? To 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's the elements in the set. Let me keep this one so not try. Yes. So now, they now say that what? A is equal to what? A is what? Is multiples of 2. Now, in this set, what are the what? Multiples of 2 in this set? Are you getting me? What are the multiples of 2 in this what? Particular set? Now, see, I want to first of all, help me in the comment section. Help me type what you know is the multiples of 2 she gets. That's how we'll go to flow with each other. So now, the one that was multiples of 2 here are 2, 4, 6, 8. And then 10. Yes, all of these are what? Are multiples of 2. Yes. All of these are what? Are multiples of 2. And then the next one says that what? B is what? Is multiples of 3. Now, B is equal to what? Is equal to 3, 6, 9. All multiples of 3. And C is what? Factors of 6. Now, what are factors of 6? They are numbers that can what? That can divide 6. So, what are numbers that can divide 6? We have what? 1 can divide 6, 2 can divide 6, 3 can divide 6, and 6 itself can divide 6. So you get the the others like 4 will divide 6 but will not give us an whole number. So you get 5 too will do the same but not give us an whole number. The only one that will divide 6 and give us what an whole number is what? Is this. That is why they are called what? The factors of 6. All right, so now moving on very quickly. They now said that what? You should find A complement, B complement, and C complement. So now, what is now? When you hear A complement, it's the same thing as saying what? A inverse. Are you getting me? It's the same thing as saying what? A inverse. And what does A inverse mean? It means that what is here and is not. Sorry. It means that what is. Sorry, it means that everything here. Sorry, what is here that is not here? I will put it now safe. A complement simply means that what? The set of numbers that are not here but are here. Yes, that's it. The set of numbers that are not here but are here. That's what A complement means. So, and what are those numbers? So, we have our A complement to be equal to what? 1 is here, is not here. So, therefore, 1 is it. 3 is here, is not here. So, 3. 5, 2 as well. Yes. 7, 9, and that is it. So that is what? A complement. So we have what? We have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. That is A complement. And B complements now. What is year? Abi? No. Wait, oh. What is year? That is not year. What is year in this set of numbers that is not year? Shall you get? So what is here that is not here? It is what? It is. So we have our what? Our B complement to be what? To be 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. That's it. That's B complement. And C complement now, on the other hand, what is what? Yeah, that is not here. Shall you get? So now what is here that is not here is what? Is, oh yeah, tell me. We have 1, 2, 3. So therefore 4 is not there, 5 is not there, there's 6. So we start from 7, we have our 8, 9, and we have our what? Our 10. That's it. So this is A complement, this is B complement, this is C complement. Simple as that. They now said, I beg you guys should write these ones down because I like to clean the board now. I'll be cleaning the whole board now so that I can. No, I'll leave these ones here. So I'll clean everything here. Yes, because you don't need them again. I'll clean this one here. Yes. Okay, I'll still need this one. I'll still need the main set. So I'll clean this. Yes. But we cannot touch important one. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's stop there. Yes. So these are our sets here. These are our main sets. All right. The now says you find what? A complement intersection, B complement intersection, C complement. Now, what does intersection mean? It means that what is here, that is here, that is what do all of them have in common. What do A complement, B complement, and C complement have in common? Look at it. What do they have in common? This one has 1, this one has 1, so it doesn't have 1. Wrong. 3, no 3 here. Wrong. 5, there's 5 here. There's 5 here. So therefore, 5 is the first one. So, no, let me write it up here. So it's going to be equals to 5 comes first. Let me use my red marker now since all of this was already filled in. All right. So, coming. So, let me keep my phone safe. So, the first number is what? Is 5. Are you getting me? What is throwing? Is 5. The second one, 5 is here, 5 is here, 5 is here. We have now have 7 here, 7 here, 7 here. So, 7. The next one is what? There's 8 here, there's 8 here, there's no 8 here. So, that's not it. There's 9 here, there's 9. No. There's 10 here, there's no 10 here. So, therefore, these are what? This is the answer to question 1. And like this, you've earned your what? Your mark easily. Come in. Let me cross check. Yes. So the answer is correct. 5 and 7. So this is the answer to what? To question number 1. It's as simple as that. Once you can interpret the question, you are good to go. So you get, and this is set. So this topic is what? Is set. We've already done one topic now. Although we'll still be doing many questions on them. So you get, but we've already done one topic. So write that down. That's question 1. Now let's now move into what? Question number 2. All right, so now question number 2A, right? What does the question say? It says, given that P is equals to RK, P is equal to what? To RK over Q minus MS, right? Raised power 2 over 3. They now said, question 1, Roman figure, make Q the what? Subject of the relation. Same thing as saying subject of the formula, right? Please don't mistake it though. So this thing here is him as saying what? Subject of what? Of formula, right? Now that's the first question. The second one says, Let me just read that for you guys. I don't want to waste time on this board. Second one says, find correct to two decimal places the value of Q when P is what? Is 3, M equals to 15, S should get like that. So we'll come back to that. But first of all, let's deal with what? With I. Should get. So let's deal with what? With I. And then I is asking us to what? To find, from this question, is asking us to what? To make Q the what? To make Q what? The subset of what? Of formula. So let's quickly what? Begin. All right, so now what do we do to make what? Q the what? The subject of what? Of the formula. Now, the first thing to do is what? Is we need to move this to this place. You get? We need to move this to what? To this place. All right, so now for us to now open this bracket, we need to what? Move this one to this place. You get? And to remove this one that is here, the first thing you do is that what? You multiply both sides by what? Or you ask yourself, what can you multiply to this one that will give you 1? Look at it well. What can you multiply it? Is what? Is 3 over 2. So when you multiply it by 3 over 2, here will cancel, here will cancel, here will cancel, here will cancel. That will be a 1. So bracket will open. So now, when you are now multiplying here by 3 over 2, you have to what? Multiply here also by what? By 3 over 2. So we are having what? P 3 over 2 is equal to what? Let me divide the board. Is equal to what? Is equal to RK over what? Over Q minus MS. She gets 1 because of we've already what? Opened up the bracket already. So now, after this now, the next thing you do is what? Is you now what? Move this one to this side. And what method do you use to what? To move this one to this side is what? Is collection of like terms. So it will become what? P 3 over 2 plus what? MS is equal to what? RK over what? Over Q. Now, we are almost done. P 3 over 2 plus MS equals to RK over Q. Now, what do you do next? What do you do next? Is that what? You multiply everything here, or what do you do next is that what? Is you cross multiply, so over 1. So everything here we multiply Q, and everything here we multiply 1. So it becomes what? P 3 over 2 bracket plus MS times what? Times Q equals to what? RK. Right? Equals to RK. Now, after that, what do you do next? Since we have only Q here now, what we just do that was we'll divide both sides by this. So you get? That's how you do it. So we are having what? Q is equal to what? Oh no, let me write it down so that those that are following will not say I skip step. So we'll be having what? P 3 over 2 plus MSQ over P 3 over 2 plus MS equals to what? RK over what? P 3 over 2 plus MS. So since we are dividing both sides by what? By this, that's how we have this. Now what do? You cancel out, right? So now we are left with what? Q is equal to what? RK over what? Over P 3 over 2 plus what? Plus MS. Now we have officially what? Made Q the what? Subset of what? Of the relation or formula. So you get? So we've done what? Question AI. Simple, be not simple. Let me just re-go over it again. Now, when you are asked to solve a question under this aspect, so you get? The first thing you do is that what? You look at what exactly are you going to do, and pay attention to the brackets, the divisions, and all that. Here we had the brackets here. We had Q under here. So you get? And then we had 3 over 2 up here, right? So for us to, we had 2 over 3 up here. Now for us to take away 2 over 3 from here, we needed a value. We needed to do something that can make this 2 over 3 become 1. Because of once it is 1, the bracket will open. So you get? And to do that, we needed to multiply both sides. Multiply the power of both sides by what? By 3 over 2. Because if you multiply 2 over 3 by 3 over 2, you get what? 1. That is why. That's what brought us here. I get me. So now that the bracket is now open, the next thing you ask yourself is, okay, where is Q? Q is under here. You cannot start work like that. You need to make it simpler. And how do you make it simpler? Is by what? Is by collecting of items, moving this MS to this place. And when MS is going to the left hand side, right? It's a minus here. Once minus MS goes to the left hand side, it becomes what? Plus. That is the maths rule. So you get when a minus is going over a bracket, over an equal to sign, it becomes what? Positive. And when a plus is going over an equal to sign, it becomes what? Negative. That's how you do it. So now that's how we got here. Now, when we now got here, we have Q here again. So you get, how do we make Q here stand on its own? The thing we have to do was we need to cross multiply. So you get, or no, that will be log method. That will be log method. Because if I don't want to use this method now, I would have just said we multiply both sides by what? By Abi? No, exactly. So now that wants to give us wrong answer. So we have to what? To cross multiply. I get me. So that's what we did here. That's how we got here. Now we are now almost done here. But Q is still not on its own. Q is still paired it what? With this. Now, so that make Q stand on its own, we need to what? So now divide both sides by what? By this. So you get, so that's what we can have Q on its own. Shikena. Simple or no simple? Comment what you feel. All right, so now let's go to what the next question. So let me clean this one off. I think I'll think the answer for the next question. Oh, don't worry. Before I even clean the solution safe, let me just write out the next question. So the next question says, I'm coming. The next question says find correct to 2 decimal places. So write it down. You say find correct to 2 decimal places. Remember that. Always follow the instruction. Find correct to 2 decimal places the value of Q. So right now, they say we should find Q. 2AII. They say we should find Q. So we don't know Q. Question mark. The value of Q when P is 3. So P is equal to what? To 3. Right? M is what? Is 15. M is equal to what? Is 15. And what? S is what? Is 0.2. S is what? Is 0.2, comma, and then K is coming, and K is 4, then R is 10. So yeah, K is 4, comma, R is 10. They said we should find what? Q. Now, since we already have this, we can easily what? Find Q. It's very, very simple. So let me clean. I'll write one again. So let me just clean here first. I'll write this one here because of that's what we need now. No, I'll write it here. So now we are looking for Q now. We are looking for Q, and given that what Q is what is RK over P raised power 3 over 2 plus what? Plus MS. So this is it here. We have to find Q with this. Now, the first thing you have to do, is to what? Is to input all the values. You get, you input all the values. That's the first thing you have to do. So you replace R with what? With 10. You replace K with 4. So let's go. Q is equal to what? 4. Abi? No. Q is equal to 10 times 4 because R is 10. So Q is equal to what? 10 times what? 4 over P is what? P is 3 raised to power 3 over 2 plus our M is what? 15 in bracket times what? S 0.2. So I'll write everything here at this point. So now Q is now equal to what? 10 times 4 is 40 over, now, what is 3 raised to power 3 over 2? Go to your calculator now. In Waec, you can use calculator. This is not jump at all. Like, this is not jump at all. So you get, so you can easily go to your calculator and press it out. So 3 raised to power what? 3 raised to power 3 over 2. That will give us what? 5.196. 5.196. Yes. Then plus, what is 15 times 0.2? 15 coming. Oh, what's wrong with this calculator? Okay, thank you. So 15 times what? 0.2 is what? It will give us what? 3. That's plus 3. So now 40 over 5.196 plus 3 will give us what? 5.196 plus 3 will give us what? 8.196. So when we divide them together, 40 divided by 8.196, we get what? 4.880. Is that correct? Let me check my answer here, because I'm dealing with what? The 2020 Waec past question. So yes, the answer is what? 4.880. Now the man said correct to what? 2 decimal places. Remember. So our Q becomes what? 4.88. Correct to what? To 2 decimal place. You can see after decimal we have 2. So that's it. 2 decimal place. Is it hard or simple? It's very, very simple. So now let's now go into the what? Into the last part of what? Of question 2. Before we go into what? Into question 3. Alright, so now question 2b now says, question 2b says, given that x plus 2y, given that what? X plus, so now this one is what? Is simplification. The last one we did was what? Was the solvent of what? A formula. The first one we did was what? Was set. This one is what? Is simplification. So we now have what? Given that x plus 2y is equal to x minus 2y. Given that x plus 2y over 5 is equal to what? X minus 2y over 5. Abi now? X minus 2y only, not over 5. X minus 2y. They said find the ratio of what? Of x to y. They said you should find what? The ratio of what? Find x ratio y. Now when you hear something like find x ratio y, this same thing as saying what? X over y. X over y is same thing as what? X ratio y. So now let's begin. Just simplify. Simplify and find that ratio. So now how do we start? We start by what? Cross multiplying. So let me divide the board so that I don't take too much space. So now let's divide it. So now let's go. Let's start. So we have what? X plus 2y is equal to what? 5x minus 2y. Right? So we're having here about what? X plus 2y is equal to what? 5x minus what? Minus 10y. Are you getting me? Now, what do you do next? You collect like terms. So we have what? X minus 5x is equal to what? Is equal to 2y is equal to what? Minus 10y minus 2y. What do we have here? We have what? Minus 12y. What do we have here? We have what? Minus 4x. Now we're almost done. You can see. Let's do it one at a time. Let's divide both sides by 12. Abi? No, let's divide both sides by 4. Yes, let's divide both sides by 4. So divide both sides by what? By minus 4. We have what? We have x here equals to what? Equals to 3 over 1 y. Let's put it that way first. Let's put it that way. Now, divide both sides by y. We have what? X over y is equal to what? 3 over 1. So now, what does this translate to? It translates to what? To x over y, which is what? 3 over. So therefore, the ratio is what? It is going to be what? 3 ratio 1. All right, so now Question number 3. Question number 3, don't mind me. Question 3 says, on your screen, everybody, Mr. Safo borrowed $25,000. Now, yeah, we are now in what? In simple interest. So, you have to pay attention to every single thing. Mr. Safo borrowed what? $25,000 from Afiac Financial Service at 21% simple interest per annum for 3 years. So, yeah, write out what you are giving. Everybody, write out what you are giving. Your principal is the money the man borrowed, which is what? $25,000. The rate is what? Is what's called it? Is the percent, which is what? 21%. Same thing as saying what? 0.21. And the time is what? Is 3 years. Let's put our division. They now said in the question, if he was able to pay back the loan in 2 years at equal yearly installments, how much did he pay per year? Now, this kind of question is very, very tricky. You guys think well, like you guys use your uri. So now, what do you do? What do you do? Solution. What do you do? Now, the first thing you do here is that what? You first of all find the interest. Like you find the simple interest. And that is what? SI is equal to what? PRT, principal rate times time. She gets over 100. Although your over 100 is what we already have here. She gets. So just skip that one. So it becomes what? 25,000 times what? Times 3 times 0.21 over. Let's put over 1. She gets over 1. So now 25K times 3 times what? Times 0.21. 25,000 times 3 times what? 0.21. You get what? Your answer is what? 15,750. That's the interest. So we get what? $15,750. So now, this is the interest now. To now get the amount paid. To get the amount paid, we add this one with this one. So you get, you add this one with this one because this is the amount he borrowed and this is the interest adding on it every year. So 15,000. So now amount paid AP is equal to what? Is equal to 25,000 plus 15,750, and that will equate to what? That will equate to 40,000 what? $1,750. Are you seeing it now? Now, they now said in the question, if he was able to pay back the loan in 2 years at equal yearly installments, how much did he pay each year? She gets. So now, this is the interest adding on it. Oh, sorry. This is the interest that added on it afterwards, after the 3 years. Sorry, this is the that this is stuff here she gets. So now, you have to what? Add this one with this one. I get him. We give out this one. They now said that what? If he was able to pay back the loan in 2 years at equal yearly installments, how much did he pay each year? So now you just what? You divide it by what? If he was able to, so he was able to pay back the loan in 2 years, not 3 years. So he was able to pay back the loan was in 2 years. So now, to now get the actual amount he paid each year is very, very simple. So the money he paid each year will now be equal to what? This one over the 2 years, since he paid it everything 2 years. That's going to be what? 40,750 over what? Over 2. That will be the amount he paid each year. She gets. That's what? 20,375. That's it. You see it now? That's it. Simple as ABC. Indoors. I beg, don't forget. It's in what? It is indoors. She gets. It is indoors. So that's the answer to what? Question 3A. Now, the next one is what? Is question 3B. You can say those are simple. Very, very simple. Don't worry, this is just the part 1. We'll practice more questions like this. Just stay with me. Alright, so question 3B says, Two consecutive numbers are such that the number of the sum of thrice the smaller number and twice the larger number is 17. Two consecutive numbers are such that what? The sum of thrice the smaller number. So let's call the smaller number x. Yes. Let the smaller number be x. And then now say again. And twice the larger number is what? Is 17. So let's say the larger number. So now let the larger number be what? Be x plus 1. You know why? Because this one is small, this one is big. So you have to show that what? This one is big. And how do you show that? Is by adding 1 to it. So you get. Now, let's now write it out well. You now said again the question. Back to the question. Two consecutive numbers are such that what? The sum. So that means they were being added together to give us 17, right? But the sum of thrice the smaller number, that means 3x. The sum of what? Of thrice what? The smaller number, that is 3x. So you get 3x plus twice the smaller number, which is what? Twice the larger number, which is what? 2x plus 1. So you get. Let me come again. The sum of thrice, the sum of 3 times the smaller number, that's it, and twice the larger number, this is it here, is what? Is 17. Find correct through what? 3 significant what? Figures. Find correct through what? 3 significant figures the smaller number as a percentage of the sum of what? Of 2 numbers. Abi? Find correct through 3 what? Significant figures the smaller number as a percentage of the sum of the what? Of the 2 numbers. So now, what do we do here? The first thing we do here is what? Is to find our x, right? You find out what? Our x. Then we can now what? Know what to do. So now, let's quickly find our x here. So, let's go, guys. What do you do? Open up the brackets. So let's divide this place as well. So we have what? We have 3x here plus what? 2 times x is 2x plus what? 2 equals to what? 17. What the next is what? You call it like terms, right? So you're having what? 5x. This one goes here. 17 minus 2. So we have here what? 5x equals to what? 15. Divide both sides by what? By 5. You have what? X equals to what? 15 over 5, which equals to what? 3. So now, since here is 3, since x is 3, so since the smaller number is 3, therefore the larger number what? Will be 4. Now, the sum of both of them normally is what? So the sum of the smaller and then the larger number is what? It's going to be what? 4 plus 3, which is what? 7. Now, you'll be wondering, why do we need the sum of the 2 numbers? We need the sum because of the set we should find what? The percentage of the smaller number. And to get the percentage of smaller number, we need to what? Divide the smaller number by the sum of the 2 numbers. She gets the sum of the 2 numbers ordinarily, not with this one. She gets, so that's how you did. So now we'll be having what? We'll be having 3, which is smaller number. So that's 3 over what? Over 7 times what? 100 over 1. That'll give you what? 3 over 7. 3 divided by 7 times 100 to give us what? 42.857%. But now your question is asking you to find the percentage correct to what? To 3 significant figures. So now when you hear 3 what? Significant figures, means that what? Just add what? 3 numbers here. She gets this one now. This one now is a 5 what? Significant figure. To make it 3 what? Significant figure what? Approximate. So approximating it now, we have what? 42.9%. That's the correct answer to what? Question 3B. You can see It's simple. Now this is under what? This is under word problem. Did I add it there? This is under word problem. I beg Adam. Word problem. Word problem on his own. Yes. Yes. So now that's it. Now let's now move straight to what? Let's now move straight to what? Into question number 4. Please ensure you are following me well and share writing. This is just part 1. You might be still be confused that, sir, okay, so how do we solve? Don't worry. When we go to part 2, part 3, part 4, you start seeing the same questions again. Like you start seeing repeated questions again. She gets, and from there it becomes what? It becomes easy to solve. She gets because I don't want to start teaching a topic. I want to solve for you, like, because this is a revision class. I get it. This is a revision class. So I want you to follow me carefully. That's why I said I need you guys to pay attention. The beginning will determine the ending. She gets. All right, so now question number 4. All right, so now question number 4. We have A and B here. So question 4A. Now, question 4A is on what? Is on bearing and distance. Now, I believe you all should have the knowledge on bearing and distance. She gets. Because if I start teaching bearing and distance now, we will not leave here. Although I think I have a video on it in my channel. You can just check the channel. I think I have a video on bearing and distance here. I think I made it in 2023. Yeah, back then, I guess. Yes. So just check it out and find it out. You see how to solve questions on bearing and distance, or in the group chat. I'll teach you guys better there. She gets. For now, let's solve question. Now, question 4 says the points X, Y, and Z are located such that Y is 15 kilometers south of X. Y is 15 kilometers south of X. Means that what? We have X here. Sorry, my cross is not straight. So now in bearing and distance, we deal more with what? With this cross. She gets. So these are our X, point X. They said that what? Y is 15 kilometers south of X. So Y, this is Y here now. Y is what? Is 15 kilometers. That means is what? Is 15 kilometers. So south of what? Of X. That's it. Then the answer again. That's what? Z is 20 kilometers from X on a bearing of what? Of 270. Now, in bearing and distance, each point have their angle. She gets. So now, at this point, this is 0. When you go from here to here, is 90. When you go from here to here, is 180. And from here to here is what? Is 270. So now this question tells us that what? That Z is what? Is 20 kilometers from X on a bearing of what? Of 270. So it will be like this. She gets. So this is, so Z is somewhere around here. She gets. So this is Z here. This is Z here. And the distance is what? Is 20 kilometers. She gets. You see it now. If it was that Z is not 70, if Z was what? Around, let's say, 250, it would be like this. Do you get it now? She gets. If Z was what? 250, it would be like this. Or if Z was around 150, it would be like this. Now, if you ask me why, it's because of what? Z, because of this one here is what? Is 150 AB. She gets. And angle 150 is what? Is in between 90 degree and 180 degree. And angle 250 here is in between what? 270 degree and 180. She gets. So that's it. So go and watch the bearing video and learn it well. She gets. Go and watch and learn it well. So that's what I will say. Let's continue with this question. I don't want to make a mistake. So let's continue. So they said that what? They said that what? Z is 20 kilometers from X. Is 20 kilometers from X on a bearing of what? Of 270 degree. Calculate correct A. Calculate correct two significant figures YZ. So they said what? We should find the distance between what? Y and Z. Yes. Find the distance between what? Y and Z. So that's what they say. Find this. Now, and they say you what? Do it to what? To two significant what? Figures. So to what? 2SF. That means we'll be having just what? Just two numbers. So now, what do we do here now? You have to what? Pay attention to the angles. Now you can see here, we have 20 kilometers here, we have 50 kilometers here. What is the angle in between them? Because of this is 180 and here is 270. you just what? Find the angle. That will be what? 270 minus 180. That will give you what? 90 degrees. So therefore, we have what? 90 degrees inside here. So that means this is what? A right angle triangle. And since we have our adjacent side here, and then our opposite side here, so you get, then that means here is going to be what? Our hypotenuse. So the YZ now that we're looking for is what? It's going to be the what? The hypotenuse, right? Because of this is what? Practically what? 90 degree. That's 90 degree. And anywhere 90 degrees facing is what? Is the hypotenuse. That's here. So now we can definitely use what here? We can use what? Our this formula. Forget again, self. Oh God. Hypotenuse square is equals to what? Opposite square. Yes, Pythagoras theorem. We can use our Pythagoras theorem here. She gets. That's it. This formula we use here is what? Our Pythagoras theorem formula here. Simple, you can see it's not hard. Go hard. Just learn the basics. So now, what is what? Our hypotenuse square. Our hypotenuse square is what? Is the YZ. So that's what? YZ square is equal to what? What is the opposite square? Opposite square is where this one is facing. That's what? 20 kilometer. I get to me. Plus what? 15 square. Now, 20 square plus 15 square is what? Calculator, everybody. 20 square plus 15 square. Oh yeah, everybody. Press. That's 625. 625. Now, you are not done yet. She gets. Now, once you've gotten your 625, because of this square here, you have to what? Square root it, because of when a square is going over an equal to sign. Or instead of me doing that English for you, that's it. When a square is going over an equal to sign, it becomes what? Square root. That's better. So, yeah, we're having what? YZ is equal to what? Is equal to the square root of what? Of 625. And the square root of 625 is what? Is 25. So therefore, the answer is what? Is 25 kilometer. Can see it. Simple as ABC. So write that down, guys. So we've gotten what? Our answer to what? 25 kilometer. So I'll write it there. 25 what? 25 kilometer. Is it? 25 kilometer. So now the man said again. Okay, and I said what? To two single figures. That's it there. You can see two numbers. Maybe. Now, the man said that what? B. I'll clean that side. Let me write B in this side. So the man said that what? That B is what? B is going to be what? They said that what? B, find the nearest degree, the bearing of Y from Z. Now, yeah, I'll have to teach small bearing stuff here. Now, when you hear the bearing of Y from Z, the bearing of Y from Z, the bearing of X from Z, the bearing of Z from X. Now, pay attention. The bearing of, oh God, come in. The bearing of Y from Z, not checking, stay well low. The bearing of Y from Z simply means that what? The angle will be at what? Z, but it will come from what? From Y. That is what? She gets. That's when they said the bearing is what? That's when, if it's what? The bearing of Y from Z. But when you hear the bearing is what? Is the bearing of Z from Y. Now, the bearing of Z from Y tells you that what? The angle will be at what? Will be at Y. But it will come from what? From Z. Now, what I'm saying here is that what? The bearing of Y. The bearing of Y from the bearing of Y from Z. The bearing of Y from Z tells you that what? This is it here. From Y. Sorry, the bearing of Y, this is Y here. She gets from Z. So that will be the angle. So this is what I have to find. This X degree here. That's it. You can see here. Why did we put the angle? Why did we count the angle from here? They said that what there. Just go back there again. They said that what Z is 20 kilometer from X. Z is what is 20 kilometer from X. So anywhere you see the from, the next, like anywhere that from is, how do I put it now? The bearing of what of the if you see from Y, from Z, from X, this from already tells that what the angle is at these things. She gets the angle, that's Y. So if they said they said from Y, it means that's what the angle will be at Y. She gets, but it will come from what? From the angle joining Z. Can you see it? So that's it. This is what this is from Y now. But now it said from Z. This is from Z. She gets. I hope I don't confuse you, Sha. Just go and watch the video, guys. I'll be go and watch the video. It will help you guys a lot. So now, thank you so much. So that's it. So that's what they're asking us to find. Are you getting me? And to quickly find it, we just have to use our so-called tool. Since this is the right angle triangle. So now pay attention. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. From here to here is what is 90 degrees. So we have to look for what is inside here. When we get what's inside here, that's when we'll add it to the 90 degrees to get the full angle. That's how you do it. So now, this is where the angle is now. This is where the angle is. So I'll call here theta. So if here's the angle, means that what? Here is the opposite. Right? Here is the adjacent. So here is the opposite. Here is the hypotenuse because of anywhere 90 degrees facing what is hypotenuse. So here is the opposite. Here is the adjacent. So we can use any one. But me, I will use tan theta. She gets. So I'll do it there. So I'm going to use what? Opposite over what? Over adjacent. And the one that has to do with what? With opposite over adjacent is what? Is tan. She gets. So we're having what? Our tan theta is equal to what? Is equal to what? Is equal to 15 kilometer over what? Over 20. Right? So now, theta now, take the tan inverse of what? Of 15 over 20. What would that give you? Tan inverse of 15 over 20. Please, everybody, go straight to your calculator and press it. You get tan inverse of what? Of 15 over 20 is going to give you what? It's going to give us what? 36.87. So theta is equal to what? 36.87. So here is what? Is 36.87 degrees. Are you getting me? So now we now have here 36.7. What do you do? Like I said before, you add it to what? Within 90 degrees outside you get. So that will be what? That will now become, I'll write this one here. So that will now become 90 plus what? 36.87, which give us what? Calculate, everybody. 90 plus 36 point, oh come on now, my calculator. That's 126.87. Now this is the answer here. This is the answer. Nearest degree. That's the answer, guys. So simple as ABC. So you can see it. Bearing and distance is this topic is one of the simplest topic. But if you don't know the basics, you fail it. You get tell you where to put the angles. I remember when I was in SS3, I was always having issues knowing where to put the angles. But my math teacher told me that anywhere you hear from Z, the angles are Z coming from the line joining whatever thing that has to do. She gets so simple as that. So that's the answer. Come in, let me cross check. Let me see the answer. Because of this is a question on what? On the year 2021 Waec past question. Yes. So that's why it's what? One. Okay, sorry. They said to the nearest degree. To the nearest degree. You guys approximate. I beg no vex. Nearest degree. You have to what? Approximate. So that's why it's what? Is 127 degrees. I beg you. Hey. No vex. I beg. Is 127 degrees. So yeah, that's it on question number 4. This is 4A. This is 4B. This is 4. This is the answer for 4A. This is the answer for 4B. So yes. Question now number 5. All right. So now question 5 is a question on what? On probability. Shall you get? And I'm taking my first probability question on from the year 2022. Right? So question 5 it has ABC. But let's start with question 5A. Now, I will like to display what the question on your screen. Now, it says a die was rolled a number of times. The outcomes are shown in the table. You can see the table on your screen. If the probability of obtaining 2 is 0.15, find the value of m. So, if the probability of obtaining a 2, now, what is the formula for obtaining a 2 in probability? Now, if they ask to find the probability of obtaining a number, it's very, very simple. So let's say probability of obtaining a 2 is equal to what? The probability of obtaining a 2 is equal to what? Is equal to, come in now, I'm coming now. Yes. Okay, so now the probability of obtaining a 2 is what? Is the 2 gone. That is the outcome of 2. So that will be the what? The outcome. Yes. Over what? Over the number of times the die was rolled. She gets over what? The number of times the die was what? Was rolled. Yes. Now, let me give you a simple stuff. If they say a coin was thrown once, what is the probability of getting an head or a head? If you do PR, probability of what? Of getting an head. A coin has just what? Has just head and tail. So, but the probability of getting an head is what? Be the outcome. That is head, which is 1 over what? Over the number of what? Of outcome. Yes. That will be what? 2. So you get possible outcome. Yes. That's how it. So that's it there. If it was for if it's that this die was rolled once and they say what is the probability of getting a 1? So you get or a 2. Yes. If the die was rolled once and they say, okay, what is the probability of getting a 2? The probability of getting a 2 when the die is rolled once, a die has just what? 6 sides. That's labeled what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get. So when you roll it once, there is only one possibility of getting a 2. That will be what? 1. Divided by what? The total number of what? Of possible outcomes, which is 6. So you get. That is why here, when they say we should find the probability of getting what? A 2. The 2 here, the number of times that what? That we got a 2 here is not written here. It's going to be m. So it will be what? So it will be m over what? The number of times, the number of possible times she gets. Abi? The number of possible outcomes, which is going to be what? Which is going to be 32. Which is going to be what? Which is going to be 32 plus what? Plus m plus 25 plus 40 plus 28 plus 45. Why am I doing that? Because of I don't know the number of what? Of possible outcomes. Because of we have an m here. So you get. I don't know the number of times the die was rolled. And if I don't know the number of times the die was rolled, I cannot what? Get it. So you get. So that is it. So, but we're giving what? This thing of getting what? Of a 2 as what? 0.15. So it becomes what? 0.15 is equal to what? M over, please let me add everything here together. That will be what? 32 plus 25 plus 40 plus 28 plus 45. That will be what? That will be 170 plus M. Yes, because of we don't know our M yet. So now we now have to what? You get. That's what we do. So now 0.15 times everything here will give us what? 0.15 times 170 will give us 25.5. So you get 25.5 plus 0.15 m equals to what? M. What do we do here? We collect like terms. When you collect like terms, we'll be having what? 25.5 is equals to what? M minus 0.15 m, which then gives us what? 25.5 is equal to what? Come in. 1 minus 0.15 will give us what? 0.85 m. So now, we divide both sides by what? 0.85, right? 0.85. So our m now becomes what? 25.5 divided by what? 0.85. Our m becomes what? 30. That's it. Okay now. So now that we have our m as 30, they now said in question 2, find the number of times the die was rolled. Now, how do you get the number of times the die was rolled? Is by adding all of the outcomes together. So you get, since we already know what our m is 30, we can easily add everything together, right? So now let's add again. What are the solution? So A is what? A is 30. Yes. Now B now. What are the number of times that was rolled? We have 32. We have what? 30. We have what? 25. We have what? 40. We have what? 28. We have what? 45. So you get. So when you add everything here together, it will give you the number of times the die was rolled, which is what? 200. Because initially we got 170. 170 plus 30 gives us what? Give us 200. Simple as that. And the last part, which is C. C says, find the probability of obtaining an even number. Now, look at it. The even numbers are up there. The numbers you can get in a die are 1, 2, 3. Pardon. Are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So, the probability of getting an even number, what are even numbers? They are what? 2, 4, 6. According to what? To what we have here. Right? I mean, 2, 4, 6. Because of a die has just what? 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what are the even numbers in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? What? They are 2, 4, 6. Right? And now, what are the outcomes of what? What are the number of times they got a 2? Is what? Is 30 times. The number of times they got a 4 is what? Is going to be 40 times. And the number of times that they got a what? A 6 is what? Is 45 times. Now, the probability of getting an even number, the probability of getting an what? An even number is equal to what? Is equal to this. So you get this over what? The total number of what? Of times the die was rolled. So you get, the total number of what? Of possible outcome. Yes, that's it. So add this together. 30 plus 40 plus 45 is what? Give us 30 plus 40 plus 45. Give us 115. Divided by what? By 200. That will give us what? That will give us 0.575. So that's how you leave your answer. Please, it did not say correct to the nearest decimal place. Please leave your answer in that kind of stuff. You get, or you can leave your answer in what? In an O. You can leave your answer in what? In a fraction format, right? Which is what? Which is 23 over 40. So yes. So that's it. Simple as ABC. So you can see, nothing is hard. Nothing is hard. Nothing is hard again. So you get. So yes, guys, we've come to the end of Waec Math Revision Class 1. So you get, we still have many more classes to go. Are you getting me? And I'm just trying to revise things to you guys so that you can be ready for the exam, so that you can recollect what you've done in the past. And yes, all the topics we've done here today, I think we've done 5 or 6 topics today. So you get, they will surely come out in your exam. This one, probability, you cannot escape it. You cannot escape it. You cannot escape it at all. So you get, so you need to be ready. This thing I'm telling you now, they'll just change the question. Let me quickly call one question that is set the following year. I'm coming. No. Let me quickly call one question that is set the following year. Or if not that same year again, safe. I'm coming. No, just stay with me. I didn't write this one down, so I have to find it. I'm coming. Sorry, I'm taking my time. I just have to find it so that you can know how all these questions really come, so that you can be ready to get. Because if it's that you are not prepared, why could just shock you? Should get why could shock you? Why could shock you? So I'm looking for it now. Why is not showing up now? Okay, so now here they said that what the probability that an athlete will not win any of the 3 races. Okay, that's another part of probability. So don't worry, we'll come to that one. She gets. So just be ready, guys. Just be ready. I get me. So yes, we've come to the end of today's class, and I believe you enjoyed it. Please, like I always say, always do what to share the class or the videos with all your friends writing Waec this year. Please don't let them be relying on the expo, because how would they be like, how will you even know this I'm saying? How will you know when to use 2 significant figure? Like if all your aim is just to copy, you need to know what you are doing. Are you getting me? You need to know what you're going to write in the exam. You get, so that nobody will mislead you. Are you getting me? And this is it here. This is just revision. So just carry your book, open back to what you when you learn probability or bearing and distance, or probably sets, you get, and then join me. That's how you do it, guys. So yes, we've come to the end of today's class. I believe you enjoyed it. Yeah, because I enjoyed myself. All right, so guys, I'll see you again in next class. And then next class will be doing more interesting things, circles and angles, you get. All right, guys, so I remain justified, your friend, my tutor, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys. Bye.